Yo, I'm the revolution. Okay, goddammit, let's talk politics, baby. Now that's my goddamn. I'm motivated now. I needed to get motivated.
These goddamn Black Lives Matter motherfuckers got me drinking tonight. These some bitches that got on my last. They working my nerves, yo. They working my goddamn nerves. This live stream tonight made me bring out. I don't even usually drink. I wasn't supposed to drink again the next goddamn month. I already had my drink for this month. But when you dealing with goddamn black folk, there's one thing black folk will make you do is they'll make you goddamn sin. Somebody pass me a bottle of goddamn Tito's. These black summer months, man, I got some bad, horrible news about these scandalous ass. Hey man, with black people like these, who need white enemies? Black woman, man, should be ashamed of your damn. Then you wonder why black men always go to white women. Because who started this goddamn movement was black women. This movement was started back in about 2013, 14 after the Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin trial. Y'all remember that shit? And these unstable creatures decided to start this movement that corralled not only women, but brung men into the fold and children. And you know how many people lost their lives due to this propaganda, this bullshit they've been pushing? Because I'm going to call it bullshit when I see it. I talk a lot of shit, but I could back it up. I'm expose these motherfuckers. So at the end of the day, man, it's just hard to see black women sell out so goddamn hard. Just to the utmost. Just this shit is so disgusting. I almost went and dated a white woman today. This is how disgusting this shit is, man. Our own people. How do you expect white folk or any other people to treat our people any better when we treat our people like pure D shit? The question you need to ask yourself before I get into this story. Now, I'm the first person that I know of on YouTube, almost in the goddamn world. I lost a lot of homies on YouTube. I got kicked out of a lot of chats just a few months back. Since last summer, really. Since like last damn June, July-ish, right? I started asking the question of where the hell is Black Lives Matter at? And what the fuck happened to all the money? And then I'm going to all these progressive news shows on YouTube. I'm going to the Benjamin Dixon show. I'm going to goddamn TYT. I'm going to Nico Howe. I'm going to all these shows that was on back in the day. And every time I would go on the chat, that's the only, I didn't want to talk about no other shit. They talking about Donald Trump. White people doing this to black people. White people doing that to black people. Oh, whitey. Whitey is all of our problems. Oh, the white man, the white. Everywhere I went, that's all I heard. White people this, white people that. And I was the only Negro in every chat. In every place I went, I'm the only one like, hey, has anybody heard from Black Lives Matter lately? Has anybody heard from Black Lives Matter lately? I was asking this shit back since last summer. And here we go now. I got a fucking bonkers story now that everybody's catching up to politics as usual. Because if you remember, I've been covering every goddamn day since around last Thanksgiving-ish, right? Every week I was covering stories. I was covering a story about the black gentleman who got shot in the garage while he was holding the phone. I covered the story about the two teens who got shot and the one who got killed. The two teens who got killed, because they was reported that they had a stolen car, but the car really wasn't stolen. That happened in Florida. I reported on the Breonna Taylor incident where the cops got slammed off. Ahmaud Arbery, we reported on that where there's still, I don't even know what's going on with that case. And then there was countless other cases since George Floyd has passed away of people getting choked, women that's holding their babies getting brutalized, pregnant women getting beat, teenage girls and middle school girls in school getting beat up by officers and punched in the goddamn face. I did the story about the kids who got tased in Atlanta, and the beat goes on. And just yesterday, we got the black army corporal, sergeant, lieutenant, the black army lieutenant who gets brutalized by the goddamn police as he's serving the country. You just have another protest in Minneapolis today and yesterday, and shit got violent last night because a female police officer just yesterday or the day before yesterday, just recently in the last few days, just shot a black man to damn death. Talking about she thought the old taser. I thought I had my taser trick. Like, you don't know the difference when you had a fucking taser in your hand and a gun. You can't feel the difference when you pull out a taser or a gun.
I think a lot of people are thinking like I was, that both the gun and the taser would be put on your dominant side, but it's not that way. Yeah, they have to cross when they have different. So you actually reach across yourself to feel the difference. Yeah, it's definitely discernible.
As I say, they're not making tasers in this yellow color anymore. They're making it in black. They're making it yellow. Now, how she made the difference when she shot that poor guy to death, saying, "This
She shot the black dude in the damn car. He died as he's driving off. Over and over, you see nothing but the same shit that's been happening since the George Floyd. But one thing I can't find is Black Lives Matter. That's the one constant that's missing out of all of this. The police brutality is there. The white people killing black people is there. Our kids dying is there. Poor with no jobs and no economic future is still there. Education system is still shit. Everything is still in place. The one nothing's changed. But there was only one thing that's changed is Black Lives Matter is nowhere to be fucking found. Now ask yourself, like I've been asking and I lost all these, I mean, you don't know how many chats I got kicked out of on YouTube. I got kicked out of some damn chats and they let me, they blocked me then unblocked, trying to like, you know, hey, when you come here, you need to have respect, man. Don't be talking to our black queens. Don't be talking about our black queens like that. Them ain't no goddamn queens. Them ain't no queens, man. I know goddamn queens when I see one, and I told you from the gate, them motherfuckers were scandalous. Scandalous. So scandalous. She's so scandalous. Them ain't no motherfucking queens, man. Them ain't no queens. And I think the Politics as Usual is the first platform that's been screaming this shit from the mountaintops. I had a dream. I had a dream about these unstable creatures, right? Like Martin Luther. I had a goddamn dream. And the only question I needed to know that I was asking in the dream is the only thing any real nigga wouldn't want to know. Where's the goddamn money? Where's the money? The only question a real nigga in this situation, any real nigga would want to know. The only question any real nigga would ask. Where the fuck is the money? Where's the money at? And we about to get to where the money at. We about to get to where that honeydew at. It's amazing to me how do we think or expect anybody to treat our people or us and have any respect for us or our children. It's no wonder they do what they do to us. With motherfucking black people like these, who needs white enemies? I could do bad all by my goddamn self, man. This story is bonkers that I'm about to unload on you. But I'm gonna give you some background on this information now that it seems like now people are starting to get ready to catch up. When I say people, and I'm not talking about the people who come to here, to the people who come and support this channel, and that is a part of Politics, because you all know, because I've been preaching this shit for, I don't know, over 8 months now, 6 to 8 months. I've been preaching this shit. Hey man, where's Black Lives Matter at? Where's black? I didn't even really worry about the money. The money wasn't even the money was secondary. I talked about the money the whole time too, because I got all the live streams to prove. I'm about to release all those videos from last year, 2020. I'm the only black man in the face of the world was saying, where the fuck is Black Lives Matter at? And what the fuck happened to all the money? Well, I'm not going to say the only Negro because Dr. Carnell West also planted the seed. So big shout outs to Carnell West. But ever since that, because I said, you know what, when a real man has some real shit, the first thing you know what? Yeah, that makes sense, man. Let me look into that. So I did a whole bunch of digging about 5 months ago. And I never got to the story fully, but I always aired my grievances, and I kind of did get to the story on the live streams. I just never put out a video of it, but I'm gonna put those videos out now because I emailed Black Lives Matter. I went through their website. I tried to send correspondence to them before I was going to do the story. I tried to give every benefit of the doubt before I aired these unstable creatures out. I don't want to say bitches. I even have respect for unstable creatures. You dig? What I am saying is before I aired these unstable creatures out, I tried my best and my damnedest to get in touch with the organization. I left emails. I went to the website. I tried to contact them through Twitter, and I get no response. And what I was trying to contact them for is because I said, before I start talking shit and before I don't want to besmirch as a black man, I don't want to do this to my black woman. So I want to give you a chance to respond. And what I wanted to know was, why don't we have any transparency? What the fuck's going on with the money? I said, hey man, I still am connected to the hoods. All my family is still in a lot of the hoods that's around the country. I got family in New York, in the South, in the North, in the South, in the East, and the West, right? So I got family, uncles, cousins. I'm connected, and as I'm talking to my peoples, and I am not noticing no new developments. There's no new schools in the neighborhood. There's no new jobs in the neighborhood. So my question to Black Lives Matter was, what the fuck did you do with the millions, tens of millions of dollars you received? Because nothing's changing in any neighborhood. And I use my own family and my friends and the people I know, and I just scaled up from that because everybody I talk to on YouTube and in real life, nothing. I ain't got no new school. Nobody donated to my school. Nobody's made the school that my daughter or my son goes to any better. It's the same old shit. Ain't no new job. So I kept asking myself, well, where's the change at? If we did this big movement, if everybody who participated in this Black Lives Matter movement and all the people that lost their lives along the way and all the people who who really was sold into this revolution shit. And then come to find out, months ago, I did a story, if you follow politics as usual, where these people were receiving tens of millions of dollars in donations. Black Lives Matter was amongst one of the top earners of the donations. But it wasn't just Black Lives Matter. It was the ACLU. It was all type of different black civil rights organizations and groups that were receiving beaucoup amounts of money. And then I came to the conclusion when I seen all these goddamn donations and nothing happening for us, the people, our children, right? Even damn me, I'm an older dude, man. I'm good. But goddamn, if I'm going to invest in you, for all the people who gave to your bullshit ass GoFundMe, you dirty, sneaky, snaky son of a bitches, to all the people who gave to your GoFundMes, to all the people who donated to you, to all the hope you gave or put out there as hope for the next generation, for children, people like my daughter, and then to sell them out. But what you think that's going to do to the next generation of our people? You just took the fight. You just took the revolution. These motherfuckers just did the opposite of the revolution. They canceled the revolution. You think if my daughter, when she finds out about what the fuck I'm about to tell you, my 14-year-old daughter, you think she's going to be devastated? Like, what the fuck? Huh? What you mean that they frauds and I can't trust Black Lives Matter? I haven't even broke the news to her yet because I don't know how to do it. Because the only thing somebody like my daughter, who's very intelligent, even though she probably wouldn't say it out loud, but I know she gonna feel her be thinking, well, how the fuck do Black Lives matter if they sold us out? Maybe I don't matter. Right? This is the question I was asking. Where's the money and what are you doing with it? Because there's so many, fuck me, I got enough common sense to know a fraud when I see one, and I can keep it moving. I know the world is dark and hell is hot. Big shout outs to X. Right? I know that through my life experience. But you got younger generation like my 14-year-old daughter who is finding her identity in this type of movement, right? She's finding her voice. Black Lives, she's thinking she matters. She knowing she matters. Black is beautiful. And this is the shit that I'm trying to push in her. I'm trying to steal in her and I'm trying to teach. And then this story drop of the fraud that is Black Lives Matter. Now, if this story is true, which I am nothing's 100% because I can't corroborate everything yet, but this story is now dropping from the same shit I was asking 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months ago. It's finally hitting the mainstream and now people are starting to see what the fuck I was talking about. But what are you going to do to the children now? What are you going to do to the kids and the young adults who invested their energy, their sacrifice? Like I say again, families that lost people in this movement, right? In this Black Lives Matter movement, people getting arrested, people getting tased, people getting beat, people getting shot, people losing limbs, people losing eyes, people losing extremities and body parts, all for this fucking movement. And the movement turns out to be a fraud. So let's get into the story and some of the reasons why I'm mad. Now, I'm going to take you back to, again, remember, Black Lives Matter was founded in about 2013 after the George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin case. Once Zimmerman got off, you had Black Lives Matter start to step up and kind of become the voice for the black community. Now, the reason that you know that this shit is the stories that are now coming out, that politics as usual, that I was talking about last year, right? I'm a year before these motherfuckers even these white folk even thought to ask the goddamn question, because I'm a real nigga and where I'm from, I don't want to care about all this bullshit you talking about. Before I go out there and I keep protesting and losing and risking my goddamn life, and before I keep shoving this shit down my kids' throat, hold on, man, I don't need to hear all that. I know about the gift of gab, nigga. That's all I grew up is around, gift of gab ass niggas that sell you a pipe dream and won't come to give you a fucking helping hand in the night when you screaming, right? They sell you the pipe dream but don't do nothing about the night screams. I know what you talk about in the daytime, but I'm trying to figure out what the hell you do on the night scene. My point being, I had to pump the brakes because I don't give a damn what you say out your mouth. I'm always looking at a person's actions. If you tell me you stand for something, then your actions and your character need to corroborate that evidence. The evidence needs to be corroborated. You can't tell me one thing and you stand for something, and as I'm looking at every move you making, right? Like X move. You remember X made a song. It's a new song he just dropped with Boosie. I think it's Lil Boosie. But anyway, it might not be the new Lil Boosie song, but it's a song that DMX dropped and it's called X Moves. Right? I'm looking at your moves. What type of moves you making? I hear you talking out your goddamn mouth, and I hear all this revolution and fight the power and black power. No. Yeah, nigga, we gonna ride. Let's get these white people. Let's get our freedom. I'm not with all that bullshit. I'm looking at your moves and what are you actually doing? So as I'm looking at Black Lives Matter, their vacancy is what really got me riled up and on this, really put my antennas up. Is like, where the fuck are they at? Case after case of black men getting shot, black babies getting killed. You got babies getting shot in the goddamn head in gas stations. I just did a story. I did all these stories. I'm doing these stories. Black babies in Chicago getting shot at gas stations in the goddamn head from a car, a police officer who decides to open goddamn fire indiscriminately while pedestrians is around, which is against police protocol. You got the kids in Florida who got shot dead in their car, all because the officer called in the goddamn tags. Somehow he called in the tags after following. Well, somehow he followed behind these kids for goddamn 20 goddamn minutes. You know, anytime police follow behind you, they calling in the tags to your car. And somehow the officer gonna say he thought it was a stolen car. He was confused. How the hell are you confused when you're driving behind the kids and you can run their goddamn license plate? Ain't no way that goddamn car came back stolen because it wasn't stolen. Soon as you killed the kids, the car's not stolen. It wasn't the people they were looking for. Black Lives Matter was nowhere to be found. 2 kids, one of them was 16 years old, shot goddamn dead in the front seat of the car. You had the man out there, I can't exactly remember the place. I think it was Indiana, I want to say, but he was in the garage visiting a friend. He's in the garage. Police pull up. He's walking out the garage, has a goddamn cell phone in his hand. Police shoot him dead. And then countless other cases since that happened. You just had the cases that just happened this week and last week alone. Damn, going back to December and November of last year since I've been asking and really following and starting to take note. But just the cases that's happened in the last 2 weeks, just the cases that's happened in the last 2-3 weeks. Not one Black Lives Matter rally, not one Black Lives Matter protest, not one fucking peep. And we about to find out why we haven't heard a word from these unstable, fake ass, fraud ass creatures.